So Marie mentioned at the beginning that this was a 15-minute presentation with 10 questions. Mine's about 7 minutes with lots of questions. So start thinking about them now. And I'm really nervous, so I'm just going to read from my paper once I've got my PowerPoint going. Right. Stop music. Cool. Nā reira, no Ngāti Puta-i-te-muri te hapū. Music's meant to run with the PowerPoint. And ko mō titi tōku tūranga waiwai. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko Ariana Sheehan tōku ingoa. I am a kaimahi working in student support at Maniapoto Tukutuku campus in Kirikiriroa. And it is great for me to be here today as part of the inaugural Hui Taumata Rangaho Symposium. And thanks for the invite, Becky. And I look forward to the next few days. Today it is my privilege to share with you the mahi tukutuku our hapū are presently working on at Mōtiti Marae. Our whareanui ko te hungaiti has recently undergone renovations and is without whakairo, tukutuku or ko whaiwhai. With the support of our whānau, we initiated this tukutuku project to create 16 panels that will complement new whakairo and serve to preserve pūrākau unique to Ngāti Puta-i-te-muri ki Mōtiti Marae, ensuring these stories will be passed on to future generations. With the unwavering support of my good friends, Tohunga Kai Tukutuku Jim and Kathy Schuster, who have wholeheartedly backed me in this project, and in collaboration with my sister Marie, as well as my friends Donna Campbell and Whanaunga Rangiti Kanoa, we successfully secured funding from Creative New Zealand. This funding has enabled me to organise a series of 10 tukutuku wānanga throughout this year, with plans to continue into 2025. A call was then sent out to Ngāti Puta-i-te-muri, hara mai ki te tautoko e te whānau. The response was truly heartwarming, and we have been blessed with numerous opportunities to come together on our marae to reconnect with our whenua and strengthen our ties as cousins and whānau, while learning the many processes behind creating tukutuku. My tamariki and mukapuna return with me to their tūranga waiwai each wānanga, and it is my absolute joy to see them playing and laughing and running around on their marae. They are also in there with the tukutuku, learning here and there, until I saw them playing with scissors, then it was haere ki waho. As a kaitoi rāranga, it just doesn't get any better for me. I'm living the dream. Our first 4 wānanga focused on kaitiakitanga, where we built meaningful relationships with mana whenua, ensuring whakakoha throughout the processes of gathering our resources. We acknowledge papatuanuku, heneti iwa and our tupuna, working with traditional knowledge and toi processes and practices passed down through the generations, while respectfully harvesting kia, kākoho and pēngao. Our journey is not solely about acquiring technical skills of tukutuku, but is also about learning and actioning the tikanga and spiritual practices that connect us to our cultural identity. The mahi of gathering and preparing kia, kākoho and pēngao was challenging yet deeply rewarding. Seeing our materials drying carefully, stored well and ready for the next stages filled us with pride and excitement for what was to follow. Around April of this year, we began building the tukutuku panels. We built the frames and nailed wooden half rounds to the front of our panel, and then we painted it with Dulux Te Kuiti black. Yes! We attached the kākoho to the back of the frames, and once this was completed, we dampened the kiaka and finally began applying our first tukutuku stitches to our panels. With guidance from Kim and Kathy, we learned tukutuku stitches like whakaiwi-tuna and the joining knot te here o mātuku tango, along with pūrākau behind these processes. As the hours passed, we worked together, weaving and creating the tukutuku borders around the first 8 panels. During one of our wānanga, our cousin Doug shared stories with us about our tūpuna and how our hapū established Mō Titi Marae, and whānau shared their stories passed down to them by their parents and grandparents. After this wānanga, my daughter and I undertook rangahau and to recognise tukutuku patterns and associated kōrero, then combined all of this information with our kōrero tuku iho and designed unique tukutuku panels for our project. Our tukutuku panels will reflect and express the stories of our hapū, preserving our narratives for generations to come. This year, my whānau have enthusiastically put traditional toi knowledge and learning into action, and when this mahi is tied to traditional practices, it actively preserves and revitalises taonga tuku iho, an important kaupapa that I promote. Whakamahi emphasises the applying of learned principles in purposeful and tangible ways, and I believe the making of our tukutuku panels embodies more than the physical act of mahi raranga and mahi tukutuku. It is whakamahi done from a holistic approach that encompasses culture, wairua and mātauranga, ensuring our taonga are deeply rooted in Māori values, tūpuna knowledge and whānau relationship. The tukutuku panels crafted by our hapū will hang in our wharenui for generations, at least a century before needing renovation, serving as a testament to our mokopuna and our tino mokos, the importance we placed on mahi toi, traditional toi practices and the retention of this knowledge. The 16 tukutuku panels will also speak of the importance we placed on serving our hapū, as we dedicated countless hours and hard work to beautify our wharenui, while strengthening our relationships with our whānau, whenua and whakapapa. I hope our mahi will reinforce the significance of these things for our future generations, and to simply let our mokopuna know that their ruruhi, their korohekia, their kwikwis, their aunties and uncles like to spend time together back home on their marae. So our mahi continues with a few more wānanga before the end of this year, and then next year it will be mahi tonu, mahi tonu. In the words of Princess Te Puia Herangi, mahi a te mahi, hei painga mō te iwi. Nā reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Ini pāpai o Ariana.
Oh, kia ora.
How long, because we're in the same process back home, how long did it take to get the kōrero and then to start making the tukutuku?
I suppose I've been gathering all of that kōrero for many years. I've been a weaver for over 30 years now, and I've been really lucky to be associated with Jim and Kathy Schuster for quite a while, and working on other projects with them. So the kōrero's kind of always been around, and then we ran those specific wānanga within our hapū to find stories relevant to us. And so far it's taken us a year. It took us maybe about 10 months maybe to get the funding and all of that stuff going, up and running, maybe about 11 to 12 months before we started the actual wānanga. And we've, as I said, we've been going this year. We've run 10 wānanga, and we've only really just got to the stage of putting the patterns on. Yeah.
You're only up to here.
Yeah. I used this part, which is the only pattern we've completed. And so we have, so that's taken us a year, and then we'll most probably be spending all of next year doing the further 8 panels, but then we've got another 8 on top of that. So I think realistically it's most probably a 2 to 3 year project. to do 16 panels for a wharenui. Yeah.
How did you get on with kakaho? I've heard from other places that they're not to use it because it's such a huge fire.
Right, right,
How
yes.
you got around that kind of
Yes, well, this project is based on taonga tuku iho, and it's based on mātauranga, traditional Māori practices. So we wanted to use traditional materials and to teach our hapū how to harvest those materials and how to implement those materials. So we didn't even consider corkboard.
I have to just hear it. It's about
Yeah.
Health and safety.
Yeah. We have a fire alarm in our wharenui,
Right,
so yeah. And also the great thing about kākoho is they actually have movement, so you can move the kākoho when you're placing the kiakia through the hole. Whereas with the pegboard, the pegboard, no, the half rounds are in the front, but the pegboard at the back, there's no movement. Yeah, you've got to get the hole right in the right place, so it's a lot more challenging. Kākoho are a lot more forgiving. Kia ora.
Kia ora. Did the mātauranga for the treatment of the three plant materials come from your hapū, or was it research more generally?
It's research more generally because a lot of the harvesting processes are generic for most hapū and iwi. I think what was more specific to us is that we tried to gather our resources within our own iwi. Kia ora.
Tēnā koe o kōrero, hapahihiri mai tēnei, te kite ngā rea ngā maha, ko hoki mai ki o koutou wānanga, ko taku pātai. What rautaki worked for your whānau to get people to come and do the mahi and eat the kai
We started off with 25 people and we're down to 3 at the moment. But next week when we have a kaitahi, there'll be 25 again. Yeah. But the biggest thing that motivated the hapū was to actually create this taonga, to learn these processes and to create 16 tukutuku panels that will then hang in their whare for their mokupuna, and they're really all excited about that. And with the funding that I received, I tried to use the majority of that to feed my people, to give petrol vouchers out to the whānau, so they had no barriers to return back home to do this mahi. So, yeah.
I just want to add to that too. So sometimes with our whānau as well, the kōrero that was really important to them was that they knew that by doing this, because it's the first time in our wharenui that we've ever had this, so that they knew that in 100 years' time, but they talked about this a lot, that their moko and their moko will be able to go and go, oh, my nanny did that, or my papa did that, and that is not just one generation down, that's going to be generations and generations to go. So that really motivated a lot of them to come home as well. And I suppose the other thing that was that we saw in this process is that some were really amazing at gathering, wanting to go out there and get the kiakia and do the kākoho and do the harvesting. Others were much more wanting to do this side of the tukutuku. Others were really good at building the frames. So we've had a kind of ebb and flow of our whānau come and go. And I think we're not 3, I think we've maybe got 6 left. But, it's even flow and you've got to go with it, eh? So,
Yeah. Cool. Tēnā koutou.